Howdy there, Ken. Episode 16. Got a four-letter word for you today. A four-letter word. That's right. I'm holding up all four fingers for you guys on the podcast. That's right. Cover your ears, kids. Four-letter word. Fail.
Fail. Oh my gosh.
The truth about affiliate marketing and why you will fail. That's what we're talking about today. Fail. You are going to fail. Failure is imminent.
Yeah, it is imminent. And we're here to tell you that it is a good thing. It is a good thing. Contrary to what you've been taught growing up and going to school where failing is a bad thing, in the affiliate marketing world or when you're an entrepreneur in general, failure is a good thing, provided that you learn from that failure.
Correct. If you don't learn from the failure, then you're just doomed to repeat it. And there's no point. There's no purpose. There's no purpose in the failure if you don't understand that failure is on your way to success. You worked your way towards success by failing, right?
Yeah.
But, we were talking about this earlier, practicing. If you practice the same thing and you're not practicing the right way, then what's the point? Same thing as, being an entrepreneur, probably even more so than anything in life, because, success relies on you. It's on your shoulders. But as an affiliate, when we talk about failure, or looking at different ways you can fail or will fail, is the fact that a lot of things are out of your control as an affiliate marketer. You don't control the product. Right? You only control getting people to the product. So you control building an audience. So then we talk about here on the podcast about how things come together and, mixing things and what affiliate marketing really is. And it's really building a relationship between your audience, yourself, and the product vendor, the person that created the product. You know what I mean? So all those levels of failure sometimes maybe are not even your fault or in your control. So you have to learn to control the things that you can control.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's one thing that, and maybe we can discuss our own personal journeys, but one thing that I learned over all these years is learning how to control my emotions and just understanding that failure comes with this journey that you're on. That if you're trying to climb the Himalayas, you're going to climb it and they're going to be setbacks. There's going to be an avalanche that blocks the path that you want to walk on. There, you might run out of food. Heaven forbid you get lost, but it's just part of that process. And I like to look at it in a way where instead of calling it failure, I like to call it feedback, because when you try something, and my whole attitude now is, well, what's the worst that can happen, right? That's exactly what I said when I left the corporate world back in 2013. I just did it. And I said, well, what's the worst that can happen? And then 8 years later, here we are. And, it was just a string, as you had said, a string of failure after failure after failure. But I got feedback. I started to find out what it is that I really wanted to do. And I had to go through that process of trying different things, sticking with it, and then over a period of time, understanding whether or not it was a good fit for me, also a good fit for the type of audience that I wanted to attract, as well as working with specific vendors. Because in the beginning, I did all kinds of stuff. I had my own SEO agency. I had my own Amazon FBA business. I did local marketing consulting. I did a whole bunch of stuff. And now I'm here in affiliate marketing. This is where I want to stay. But it took me all of that failure and going down those different paths and trying different things to finally get to this point.
True. And that's a good point you talk about, your analogy, climbing the Himalayas, but any journey, right? Getting lost. Understand that getting lost is not a failure, but remaining lost or not asking for help or directions is a failure. If you're going to fail if you don't understand you're lost and seek out help, seek out direction. So we talk about starting affiliate marketing as a side hustle. So when you first get started, you're going to learn about affiliate marketing. You're going to sign up for an affiliate marketing program. You're going to get your affiliate link and you're going to post it. You're going to post it all over the place. Right. And you're like, I'm going to be rich. Then you're going to fail.
Yeah.
Right. But if you don't understand why you failed, right, then you won't be ready to continue that journey. You know what I mean? It'll only be a failed side hustle. It'll just be a failed attempt. And then that'll be it. You won't try again. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I really like that analogy, to think about, like, you're on a journey, you're trekking through the woods, right? You're lost in the woods. You just need direction. You need a compass. You need somebody to help you, just don't be afraid to ask for help, because that would be the biggest failure of all, in my opinion, is just trying once, failing, and then never trying again.
Yeah, absolutely. And that to me, and I mentioned this in the past, was that 90% of this journey that we're on is all up here. It's in your head. If you can maintain, and Gary talks about it a lot, and it's displayed prominently on his bookcase, it's focus. Now, if you can focus and really apply the lessons that you've learned and seek help, because the only way that you're going to get better is by networking with other marketers that know more than you and asking them questions and help and getting that help that you need. And the perfect example, to go back to the whole Himalaya thing, is I have a coach, and Gary's coach too, and his name is Philip Barrowman. I call Philip my Sherpa, because he literally tells me the direction to go, because he's climbed up that mountain. He's still climbing other mountains. He's conquering other mountains, but I'm climbing up this one mountain, and he's climbed up that mountain. So he tells me, step here, watch out for this, watch out for that. We're going to take a break here, and we're going to go this way. And it's when you have that kind of guidance that really helps you, because if I didn't have that, if I didn't know Gary, if I didn't know Philip or a bunch of the other marketers that we talk to, this journey would just be a little bit harder, because it's good to be able to commiserate, to be able to share your stories of successes and failures as well, and to grow that bond, because you don't feel so alone. And I think that's just part of it too. It's just that whole mindset thing, that when you're failing, you have to realize that that's par for the course, that you're going to fail, that it's when you can dust yourself off, pick yourself up, and keep moving. That's part of it. That's when you're going to get one step closer to reaching success.
For sure. Thinking you're alone is one thing, but understanding that you're not alone if you don't want to be on the journey, even as an affiliate, you know what I mean? Because a lot of times you're going to think, well, you're in competition, direct competition against all the other affiliates. And I mean, that's true, but the mindset of thinking that if you were to contact other affiliates, if you were to share your information with other affiliates, or, the mindset of, it's just a limited mindset that, there's only so many sales to go around. There's only so much money to make, as in anything in the world, you have to think, and you have to truly believe and understand that abundance is real. You know what I mean? So failure, you are going to fail as an affiliate marketer. Every promotion you run, is not going to be everything you want out of it, but you just have to learn that, yeah, it's perfect the way you said it. It might fail, but what do I have to lose?
Yeah.
If I've never shared my affiliate link, I've lost all the money that I could possibly make.
Yep.
You know what I mean? If you never make that post, going back to how we talk about free or organic traffic, if you're on Facebook and you never make a post to let people know about a product that has helped you, about a product that, solved a problem for you, which at the core is affiliate marketing, then you fail. That's a failure. You know what I mean? But it goes back to, like you're saying, if you don't seek out help, if you're lost on your journey and you don't go find help, then you're going to fail faster. You're going to fail harder, and you're going to fail completely. You know what I mean? Because there's a difference in just completely just melting down and just having the ultimate fail and just walking away from it all. And I think in life we've all gone through that, where We just hit the wall. We run up against the wall, and that's it. We don't ever try again.
Yep.
You know what I mean? I really think affiliate marketing in my life has been something that has allowed me to learn that at its utmost, failure is important to just process, because even once you become successful at affiliate marketing, you're still going to fail.
Yeah, absolutely. And I like to look at this experience, or each experience that I undertake, as a stepping stone. And for instance, a prime example, there was a promotion that happened, and I jumped on to promote this product literally with like 48 hours. So I had 48 hours to create my review video. I had to write my emails and do all this stuff. And I could have gone into it with the mindset of, well, I'm not going to make any money, or this is going to be a complete failure. Or I looked at it as, I want the experience. I want to see if I make any sales, great. That was my attitude. If I make one sale, I'll be happy. But I'm doing this to kind of test myself, to see how quickly I can put up a promotion and have it running without any mistakes. That was my goal. And I think a lot of it too with affiliate marketing is to understand what your goals are, to set the proper expectations for whatever you decide to do, whether it's promote something, whether you want to get started. Because this is the thing that Gary and I see, the professor and I see, we see this a lot. We see a lot of people saying, hey, I want to make $10,000 in like 3 months. And, I was like that too, but you got to be realistic about your prospects here, because when you're starting from ground zero, to get to 10,000 in a month or in 3 months, is it possible? Maybe just a small percentage of people may get there, but for the most of us mere mortals, it takes a long time, because you've got to go through the process of learning, failing forward, and then building upon that experience.
Yeah, I mean, everything is possible. Anything is possible, So
Yep.
setting expectations, and the idea of measuring failure versus success, being realistic. These are all things that you have to take into account, and this is not to be overly harsh about it, but, just understanding that failure is going to occur. But you're not failing if you're trying, and
Yep.
there's so many platitudes and so many different ways to say this, and you may have heard it all said before, and honestly, you're going to hear it said again, because you have to keep trying. You have to keep putting it out there. Nobody's ever going to buy anything from you as an affiliate if you don't create content, and if you don't include your affiliate link in that content. That's the ultimate fail, is not putting out your link. And I don't know how many times that I've talked to people, or been on a call, or had people ask me, so how often should I, email my list, or how often should I post this content? Well, do it until you fail, or better yet, do it until you succeed, and then learn from your failures, learn from your success, because you are failing forward.
Yeah. And I like what you said, that it's a failure if you don't even try. And again, if we're talking about email marketing, the professor here, he emails people literally every day. He'll email his list every day. Whereas I'm more of a once a week, twice a week, maybe. And so we have different styles, and it works for us. So like he had said, if you're not willing to even try and take that first step, then it's a failure from the start, right? So you have to understand that, what's the worst that can happen? That's what I say. Sometimes when I write these emails and I'm going to send it out, and I write it at the last minute before I hit that send button. What I like about MailChimp is they have that little graphic of the chimp's hand, and it's like sweating, the sweat coming off before you hit the send button.
No,
I know. I look at that. Yeah, I love that.
Is this email perfect before I send it?
Yeah, and I look at that and I think, you know what? If people unsubscribe, they unsubscribe. In the beginning, I used to think, oh no, someone unsubscribed. Oh no, it's like the end of the world. But it really isn't. Your content, maybe your delivery or message, whatever, just didn't resonate with that person, and that's totally fine. You don't want people like that on your list anyway.
Yeah.
So lots of times I do that before I hit the send button. I think, what's the worst that can happen? Bang, and I send it, right? And whatever happens, happens. You know,
Yeah.
I'll look at the results later on. I'll analyze open rates and maybe look at the headlines and stuff like that. But that's how you learn and that's how you improve. It's just everything to me in affiliate marketing. Every day is one big experiment.
Yeah. Whether you fail or succeed, you know, people are going to look at failure differently, right? Like I love that.
Right.
Like you're talking about, oh, well, what if they unsubscribe? Well, that's easy for Ken Furukawa over at Ken Furukawa Marketing when he's got 5,000 subscribers on his YouTube channel to talk about one person left, right? But
Hmm.
when you're trying to get to 100 subscribers and that one person leaves, it's a failure of epic proportion, right? It like
Yeah.
just you can't believe it. You're like, oh God, what did I do?
Yeah.
What did I do? What did I say? Let me go back and watch this video. Did I offend the entire world?
Yeah, I never. Whenever I see a thumbs down on my videos, I'd be like, "What did I say? What happened?" But then in talking to Gary, he's like, "That's great. Like whether you get a thumbs up or a thumbs down, that's feedback. That's engagement. That's the stuff that you want. Your message is never gonna be perfect. And by the way, perfection is poison. Perfection is poison. You'll never achieve perfection. You just need to understand that you want to progress at a nice pace. You want to improve. We talk about it 1% each and every day. That's it. That's all you need to do. And just improve just that little one bit. And I think it goes back to the whole patience talk that we had a while back where you got to learn to be patient. That's what it is. I think once I understood that it was a long-term game, that it's not a race, and that everybody is going to go on their own individual paths, that's when I think I settled down and I just was able to really focus.
Yeah. So in the last episode, episode 15, we talked about traffic, talking about where's it
Mhm.
at? How do I get it? Take that to like what you said about perfection. I get people ask me all the time, uh, you know, what traffic source did I use? And what they're really asking is, what's the perfect traffic source? Right?
Yeah.
They think that this exists. It's one of those big myths in marketing, especially affiliate marketing. Where do I get the traffic? The
Yeah.
traffic that converts, the traffic that makes me all the money. You know what I mean? Just thinking about that, it makes me insane because people won't try, right? They fail before they even start. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like you hear a lot of people, they want to badmouth traffic sources. I'll never say, like, I'll have personal experiences, but I'll never tell anybody not to try a traffic source.
Yeah.
Now, I'll give you my opinion and I'll be like, well, from what I saw and what I tried, I didn't get anything from that traffic source,
Yeah.
but that was me failing. I failed at that traffic source. Now, I'm not talking about fake traffic and bots and, I'm just talking about if it's a real traffic source, whether it be,
Hmm.
Google ads or Facebook ads or even solo ads from a reputable solo ads vendor. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Right.
If you're getting real people clicking on your stuff and it fails, did that experiment fail? Yeah. Did you fail as an affiliate marketer? Are you a failure for the rest of your life? You just shut the doors, close down the business, close up shop, you know what I mean, and walk away? Yeah, I mean, that's ultimate failure, right?
Yep.
But you're going to have these increment failures, you know what I mean, along the way, step by step, you know what I mean? Take
Yeah.
take one step forward, two steps back, and then okay, adjust and say, okay, I failed and I took that first step. Now I'm ready to take it again based upon what I learned when I had to go back two steps and then adjust and go at it again, go after it again.
Yep.
It's like everything we do in life. We were talking about earlier in the sort of the rehearsal or pre-podcast about golf. You know what I mean, and what it's taught us in life. And it's the same. Affiliate marketing teaches you that as well. And that was one of my points was just like I was making earlier about the relationships you build and how sometimes the failure is not yours. Sometimes the failure is the failure of you know the vendor or the failure of your audience to react to a certain type of content. Now, you have to look at that on both sides of it, right?
Hmm.
You know, maybe it's not the right audience. Maybe it's not the right message for that audience, or maybe it's not the right message at the right time, which could be your failure, but you know what I mean? You know?
Yeah. Yeah. There's so many different factors. And again, if you're not going to try, then it's a failure from the start. You have to try. And I really think that it's that process of, like you said, taking, one step forward, two steps back, and just that hardening or that understanding of how you're going to be making this money is that you need to put out that content and you need to generate that traffic, whether it be paid traffic, whether it be free traffic. And if you, like Gary had mentioned, if you're going to downplay some traffic before you even try it, then it's a failure already. Don't let other people's opinions, Gary's or mine, affect you in terms of what traffic that you want to go after or what strategy you want to employ. Try it, but just understand that you got to stick with it, that you got to put in the time, that you can't just spend 2 weeks doing something and say, oh, well, I'm going to try something else. You got to put the time in. You have to learn why you failed so that you can make adjustments to take that one step closer to success. And if after, let's say, 6 months or so, you decide, you know what, I made a good run, I learned a lot about this specific traffic source or this strategy, and it just does not work for me, then the perspective you got, it's not failure, it's feedback. The feedback is that the traffic or the strategy that you tried that didn't work. And so now it's time for you to say, okay, well, maybe I'm going to go in a different direction and try this one. And it's taking me from 2013 all the way to like 2019, folks, to find that. It took me that long. So hopefully it doesn't take as long for you guys. And, we do have a link to our 12-step action plan for affiliate marketers. It is, to say it, what the kids say, it is the bomb. It is the good stuff. It's there for you. It's free. And it's step-by-step. All you got to do is click on that link down in the description or on the podcast to get access to it. It works. You'll get access to it for free.
And the perspective that you'll gain from going through the training and making it all the way through the training and understanding how to build the foundations. Because going back to that side hustle and that first failure as an affiliate, because when you first hear about affiliate marketing, you hear about, I'm going to be able to make money by simply copying and pasting a link that people are going to click on.
Yeah.
And I don't have to do anything but tell people about this product.
Right.
Yeah. That's all you have to do. Is tell people about this product. But don't fear the word fail. Don't worry about being a failure. Don't worry about failure. Understand it, embrace it, know that it's going to be part of the journey.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And I want to tell people that all the marketers that you see out there, and I'm going to use the air quotes, the gurus, all right?
Yeah.
No matter what anybody says, no matter how easy they say it is, every one of them struggled to get to the point that they're at now, and they're still failing. There's like failure happening today. We're not going to mention it, but there's failure happening today. And each of these people, they had to work to get to that point. They had to take chances, take risks, calculated risks, I should say, and they went into a certain direction in order to become an affiliate marketer. But they all worked for it. So to me, kind of like the truth is that you have to work for it, regardless of what other people say. So we're hoping that our message resonates with you guys, and that you understand that the truth is that you will fail, but it's a good thing, because that failure and learning from that experience gets you one step closer to success. And the one graph I always like, this one image, right, where they have these two XY charts, and people who don't understand entrepreneurship or affiliate marketing, they see it as this straight line going up, right? What people think. And then on the other XY chart is what it's really like, this line that goes squiggly left, right, up, down, in circles, backwards. But as long as when you take a step back, and Gary had mentioned perspective, as long as you can take a step back and look and learn and see, and take a bird's eye view, as long as you're moving upward, to me, that's success right there. That is success. And I think you have to take a look at it from a macro perspective. I think a lot of us spend so much time looking at the micro perspective. I am guilty of that. I suffer from analysis paralysis, and it's very difficult for me to take a step back and say, okay, well, let's look at this from afar and see what we learned from this and what I can use going forward.
Because a good point to make inside of that micro versus macro, like you said in that chart, is these concepts. Because you started off and you said $10,000 a month, right? Or $10,000 in 3 months. Well, if you calculate that out to per day, right? People like to talk about the $100 a day, or you know what I mean? Well, then people have it in their mind and they want to see that chart, like you said. They want to graph that out, and they want to be that dot be every day, literally. Like, I didn't make $100 a day. No, but yesterday you made $300.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So that means you're good for, 3 days. Right.
Yep.
But those that you don't check it off or dot it off, right? It's just going to be blank on your graph. So if you're zoomed into that, you're going to have 2 days where you failed. You're like, I failed to make $100 today. And you forget instantly that you made $1,000 on Monday, right? And then you have a big promotion coming up Friday, Saturday, Sunday, as an affiliate, specifically when we're talking about affiliate marketing promotion, especially in sort of that launch cycle, right? Where, you sort of have these events where you make your money. You know what I mean? So you have to understand that, all these little failures are building up to that big win. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you've failed so many times, but you've learned so much from those failures that now you are ready and you pull it off and you win and you have success, and all that success is built on the top of all those failures.
Yeah. And you bring up an important point, right? Because we both come from the work world where, we get paychecks. So there's an expectation that you're going to get a check every 2 weeks or every month for a specific amount of money, whether you work really hard or whether you don't work hard at all. And in this business, if that is your expectation, then you are in the wrong business, because sometimes you can work as hard as you can and nothing will come out of it. If you have the mindset or the attitude of, oh man, I put in all that work for nothing, that is failure already. Because if you put in the work, even if you didn't get the results that you want, you did get something out of it. And that is experience and perspective. And that is it's worth a lot more. It's going to help you. If you're thinking long-term, it's going to help you further down the road. And you're going to find out as you go through this journey. But like Gary said, if you're not willing to try, if you're not willing to take that first step, then it's a failure from the start.
For sure. And we're getting real close to that 30-minute mark, which of course everyone knows I love 30 minutes. But the concept here, the truth about making money online, especially as affiliate marketer, is you become an overnight success by showing up and putting in the work every single day.
Mic drop.
And with that, he's Ken Furukawa. I'm Gary Baker, and we'll talk to you later.
All right.
Bye.